What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about a potential trade that would land star Bradley Beal in Miami just after the Miami Heat lost in the finals on Monday. Yeah, Monday. Yeah, they lost in the finals on Monday. I had to check for a minute. Forgot which day the last game of the finals was. But on Monday, they lost to the Nuggets. Nuggets win the NBA Finals. Heat are eliminated after a great playoff run. Probably one of the, you know, biggest underdogs I've seen in a playoff run over probably the last 5, 6 years in my, watching playoff basketball. I mean, who thought as the Heat as an 8 seed, if you look back to that, second play-in game against the Chicago Bulls, they're down like 103 to 92 with a couple minutes, like two minutes and something, I think 2.5 minutes left in that play-in game. You lose that game, they would have never even been in the playoffs. They came back against the Bulls, beat the number 1 seed in 5 games against the Bucks. Then were able to beat the Knicks. Not there wasn't that there wasn't they the Knicks wasn't their toughest opponent, but they still played really good in that series. Then they beat the Celtics in 7 games, even though they almost became the first team to blow a 3-0 lead. And then they lost in the NBA Finals in 5 games. But the Denver Nuggets are a hard opponent. And today was announced by Adrian Wojnarowski and Shams and all the big guys that that the Washington Wizards and star Bradley Beal will be exploring trade options. Now, we hear rumors that there's multiple teams that are interested in him, including the Miami Heat. Boston Celtics have some interest. Apparently, so do the Sixers, and I'm sure there will be some teams to pop up once talks with Bradley Beal and the Wizards, start to heat up even more with them trying to maybe potentially get a trade done to maybe potentially agree. Okay, I think we might need to move on from each other. Bradley Beal had an amazing season this year, averaging 23 points per game. Has been amazing over the last couple of years. Has had better seasons before this season. I mean, there was like 1 year. I don't know. I can't remember which year, but he averaged like 30 something points per game. He's just been over the last couple of years, ever since John Wall got hurt and ever since he left, he's been playing some really good basketball. I mean, he's always been good, but he's, in the last couple of years, he's gotten way better, and he's been at the top of his game. This year he was a little bit off, had some injury problems, was not scoring as much as he has been in the past, but still averaged 23 points per game this year, and you can kind of say he kind of had a little bit of an off year, but he still is a great player. Would most likely probably be an all-star on the Miami Heat, in my opinion, because I think he's gonna, if he gets traded to the Heat, I think he's gonna have a good season with the Heat. I think he's gonna get back to some of those higher numbers, points per game wise, with Miami. But Miami is the first team that has the most interest in the Miami Heat, and we're gonna talk about what a trade package to send Bradley Beal to the Miami Heat would look like. So the Miami Heat would send 3 players and 2 picks to the Washington Wizards for Bradley Beal. You would send Tyler Hero, who averaged 20 points per game this season on 37% three-point shooting. Duncan Robinson, who averaged 6-point-something points per game, I think 6.6 points per game this season, and averaged 9 points per game in their playoff run this year, was actually really, really good for them in the playoffs. And then Nikola Jovic, who only averaged around 4 points, but I think is a really solid rookie and has some really, really solid talent. So you get Jovic, you get Hero, and you also get Duncan Robinson. Then you get the 18th overall pick, and alongside the 18th overall pick with Tyler Hero, Robinson, and Jovic, you also get an additional first-round pick for 2027 that is unprotected. So a 2027 unprotected first-round pick, 2027 unprotected first-round pick, the 18th overall pick, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Nikola Jovic for Bradley Beal to join Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler in Miami. I mean, I don't know who says no. If anybody is going to say no, it's probably Washington. I mean, why would Miami say no? I mean, I know Tyler Hero is a great player, but you even though to how good Tyler Hero is, any other day, I'm taking Bradley Beal, um, over Tyler Hero. But and all the other things they're giving up: Duncan Robinson, Jovic, 18th, and another first round pick. But that's like the first trade that popped up in my mind about a Bradley Beal trade. I don't think the Heat would trade Caleb Martin in this potential trade. I don't see the Heat. I don't see the Heat really. I think, in my opinion, I think the Miami Heat are going to only be willing to get rid of Caleb Martin for one player, and that's going to be Damian Lillard. Obviously, it's not going to just be Damian Lillard for Caleb Martin, but you probably see like a similar package like Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic, and Caleb Martin, and some first round picks for Damian Lillard if the Miami Heat decided to trade for Damian Lillard. But I don't really know if I see Caleb Martin being involved in trade talks with the Wizards and the Heat. But you guys are your thoughts. You guys let me know. You guys let me know where you think Bradley Beal will end up. I really think probably the favorite has to be Miami, but I do know that the trio of Bradley Beal, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo would be really amazing. And then they have the other young core guys like Caleb Martin and Kyle Lowry will be back. And then if they can re-sign Gabe Vincent, and Max Strus with Beal coming in, they got a nasty team next season. But we'll see what happens on the potential trade idea. You guys are your thoughts, and peace out.